Did Lil Yachty's Air Force One completely miss the boat? Ahoy, mateys!
I don't know him, he don't know me, just hating, just hate. Just cuz. Yachty. In your little apartment talking shit. I definitely just react out of emotion.
It's a very immature response. But wait a minute, how old is Lil Yachty? 27 years old. Disrespect don't got no age. DIYers over the last week, Bimma, who is known as a content creator, someone that is a sneakerhead, a well-respected sneakerhead, had a interesting interaction, some would even argue a short beef, with none other than Lil Yachty. But when I tell you the reason why, it's gonna make you scratch your head at some of the behavior this year by your guy Lil Yachty has been really interesting, dating back to his crazy claims in defense of Drake during the midst of the battle, all the way to the way he handled the Caribou situation. And I'm sure there's a list of other things, but we're just going to focus on this one because this dude is a good dude. And I've seen a lot of content, and he comes off as somebody that's just willing to give some perspective, respectfully, give some critique of shoe collaborations. And this one he focused on was the Lil Yachty Nike Air collab one that's dropping soon. Here's what he had to say first and foremost, and then I'm going to walk you down his timeline in case you missed it, as well as some lessons I think we could all learn from this.
Lil Yachty's Air Force One completely missed the boat? Ahoy, mateys! This is your captain speaking. If this year was your first time listening to Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt and the Black Album, can you really claim to be hip-hop's biggest sneakerhead? I mean, fam probably thinks Wu-Tang is a hot sauce. But enough of all that. I'm Bimma, and you're in the Collab Lab. Today, let's talk about why Lil Boat's Uptowns probably should have stayed docked. Look, after a year of unwanted white-on-white Air Force One collabs, these just feel like a general release. Like, maybe throw these overboard. And don't even get me started on his It's Us ad-lib. It's way too close to Kif's Just Us. Nah, I'd have left that in the shipyard. And Sneaker News says that these are dropping at Complex Con. But let's keep it a bean. Travis Scott's about to steal that entire weekend. A better strategy for Yachty would be to create a moment of his own and bring some new ideas fresh off the boat. Collab cousins, are you jumping on board with these? Or do they just make you seasick?
How do you feel? How do you feel about that critique? Do you feel like it was something that was unfair? You ask me, I didn't think it was disrespectful. I think that it was presenting constructive criticism as well as an opportunity to reconstruct a new idea. He presented a solution to the issue. Wait till you see the reaction from Lil Yachty. This one had me, because I wasn't going to do this story because I felt like maybe it was too niche. No. I think there's a lesson and hopefully a redirection in terms of content creators' interactions with rappers. So, this was a video from this year's Complex Con, and it says Yachty did not pull any punches, clapping back at Bimma for criticizing his Air Force One. That very same video that we just watched. Here's what he had to say in a room full of folks.
He was dick sucking so hard on Instagram yesterday or 2 days ago.
I want to say this. Wait.
It's so crazy. Hold on. Let me talk to him.
Wait.
You, sir, was dick sucking so hard on Instagram in your little apartment talking shit.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
So he does the typical rap bravado thing, and he felt the need to defend his shoes and his design that he's so passionate about. I don't think anybody can argue that if you're passionate about something, if you believe in something, and you see somebody tear it down, most of us may feel like we need to defend it. But calling a man a D-sucker, right? And then clowning him for delivering his content from a little apartment. It's a little elitist, wouldn't you say? It doesn't start there. Peep gang.
About the sneaker. Talking about, he said, so much to say about, this shoe isn't unique, and Yachty, Jay-Z, and New York, and blah, blah, blah. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up,
All I hear is shut the F up. I'm the person with the clout. I'm the person with the money, and therefore my opinion, my perspective is so much more important. You're just a little guy. I look at this and I realize this is part of the reason that you see rap fans going opposite directions, because I'm sure in the midst of trying to make this about him and Bimma, He offended a lot of folks who were like, nigga, I live in an apartment and I just bought your last project. Matter of fact, I am saving all of my money to buy your shoes, which I just saw dropping in December.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
So what you really, if you said about him because he disagreed with you, what you think about me? That's part of the party I hope that dies as well.
For 20,000 views and 500 likes. I hate.
Well, hold on. No.
For 20,000 views, so now he's clowning the man's viewership. It's a very immature response. It's a very young response. But wait a minute, how old is Lil Yachty? 27 years old. Disrespect don't got no age. Disrespect is disrespect, especially when you know that he's around folks. You would hope he's around OGs that would advise him to move differently in this situation. But he's really loud about the disrespect of someone who didn't call him out no name. He just gave fair criticism in an arena that he's qualified to do it. The guy's worked at Yeezy, he's worked at Nike, he's worked at a few different other spots. This is his lane. He makes content. People respect and love what he has to say about it. He's at an event with him. One thing I always remember is one of my peers, Jay Business, used to say, he said, he doesn't believe in like fanning out and all of that stuff because he's like, if I'm in the room, that means I'm in the room with you. If you're in the room, that means I'm in the room as well. And we both had to do something to get at this point. It's just nasty word.
I hate niggas like him because I can't even hear you. I don't even know what you're talking about. I hate niggas like him. But black niggas like that hating on another nigga. I don't know him, he don't know me, just hating just to hate. Just cuz. Ain't got shit. Ain't shit. I can't even hear you. I don't even hear what you're saying.
I want to say two things. Can I say two things?
Just dick slurping, munching, pot gobbling.
He's a friend of the
You can't
do that to my friend. You can't.
Ball juggling. I mean, just doing all kind of like.
He's a friend of the program. Ball juggling.
All kind of.
It's crazy. The only white guy up here on the panel is trying to interject to defend Bimma, who he's criticizing, is like, I hate niggas like that. What else you hate? You hate niggas that live in apartments too? Like, what else you don't like? Anybody that get less views than you? Anybody that make less money than you? What else do you hate? Huh? He's coming to the defense like, hey, this is a partner of the brand. Like, relax. To me, this feels like a conversation that could have been had off to the side. Whether it's heated or not, I think making this a conversation like this when the other party was not being disrespectful says a lot about the character of a lot of these individuals that some of y'all choose to support. Interesting.
Two things.
All kind of slobbering and.
No, go ahead. Go.
Hey, wipe your mouth. That's all I gotta say. Wipe your mouth, because you are a dick sucker. That's
Nothing
all.
wrong with sucking dick.
And I'm gonna be outside. You got, I'm outside too.
No.
Now he wants to fight that guy. Who does that sound like? Baby Eldrizzy. That could not. It could it be that his OG, who was just at a game with his late 30-year-old self at a professional athlete's job, staring down the athlete while he's on the court, could it be that this is the model that he sets for the young guy of how you operate with these fucking content creators, these small guys that think they can say what they want to say about us? I don't like that. I don't like bullies, man. I don't like fake bullies. I think that that's disgusting work. What's good with you DIYers, YouTube fam, and of course, independent artists alike? I got some really exciting news that I want to share with you. As many of you know, over the last 10 months, I have been doing some deep diving into going direct to consumer as an independent artist. And after reacting to so many different stories and having my own experiences, I've learned a lot over these last 10 months, and I would love to share it with you on my new Patreon for Curtis King TV. By joining the DIY community, you'll get early access to exclusive videos from this YouTube, free downloads, live Zoom calls, and even private Discord chats with me and the DIY community. Plus, independent artists, there are resources, tutorials, and so much more to help you level up your independent music career. So whether you're here for my content, for my music, or just to level up your own music career, I assure you this Patreon is for you. Head over to patreon.com/Curtis King TV and let's continue to show them what is possible independently. Well, Bimma didn't just take that criticism and say nothing. He actually says something back. And I think he responded with a lot of class and understanding of the situation. Peep what he said. There's a difference between hate and a critique. The latter, being critique, is a gift. Peep it out.
Did I rock the boat at Complex Con? I was trying to strike a chord of creativity, but I guess I struck a nerve. Because where I'm from, we say a hit dog hollers. There's a difference between hate and a critique. The latter is a gift. And in return, you try to reduce me to a hater, provoked by Joe the Instigator. And even though y'all tried to have me standing up there silently, I didn't need a mic because the community stood with me. Now, no one on that panel has walked in these 11.5s. Let's talk about it. I work retail in Lil Weezy's Anna, helped manage a Billy at Adidas and Yeezy, created a #1 podcast uplifting us, and spread 250K back to us. And last week I pulled up on the black students at the University of Oregon, then drove back to my mid-century in the burbs where the microwave is as excellent as my resume. Respectfully, I'm not telling you what you can't do. I believe in you. I'm just saying go further, go farther, go harder. Is that not why we came? And if not, then why bother? But enough of all that. I'm Bimma, and you're in the Collab Lab.
Bimma, nice work, sir. Nice work. That's how you respond. That's how you respond. I know that we're in a time where conflict is heavy. That is the stories that people tend to gravitate towards. Hell, I learned a lot about that this year with the content that I made. But it's always dope to see when a grown man is involved in conflict like this and is able to handle themselves with class, is able to understand both perspectives on it, but then also stand on business. And I feel like that's exactly what he did. He gave his resume. He said, look, apartment or not, what you're not going to do is take away from the credentials that you have seen, the credentials that you may not have known about. And this is why I have the right to speak on the things that I do. Still didn't call him out a name or something. Well, in a year where you would expect the rapper, in this case, full of ego, hurt ego, to not apologize, Yachty did the exact opposite. And this is really surprising to see. We got to make sure we highlight this. Either somebody talked to him or he had a change of heart. I'm willing to bet somebody was like, this don't look good. Because if you look at the internet commentary was like, Bimma was right. What are you doing? Bimma's respected. When you're not someone that has all of the clout, when you're not someone who has all of the munions, the money, but you are someone who carries themselves in a value that cannot be quantified. When you're a solid individual, that is a currency that you cannot buy. When you're an authentic individual, and it seems like a lot of people in this industry came to bat for Bimma. With that said, though, Yachty says he reacted out of emotion and realized how corny it was to act like that towards Bimma. Accountability. Oh, congratulations, man. Can we get that same conversation for Caribou?
I definitely just reacted out of emotion, and it was corny. You know, when I step back and I look at myself, I was like, that was corny. You know, as a man to another black man, I was like, man, that wasn't like me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think it came from a place of like passion.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was from a place of passion from a nigga who I spent my entire life dreaming about Nike. You feel me? So like,
I applaud the accountability or the attempt at accountability. I applaud trying to correct the situation. But I wonder what would have happened if the audience didn't turn on him the way that they did, and if this same conversation would have been had. That's just me. Maybe I'm being hella skeptical, but it's just it's interesting.
I think it was just a place of passion. But still, that's no right. I ain't no right there.
Somebody got a call, bro. That's all I know. Somebody got a call. Somebody, hopefully it's somebody he respected. Or maybe he just saw the internet and said, that's not what it is. Man, y'all gonna be putting some respect on these content creators' names. I know that it is challenging when you are the source of what you may interpret as a lot of negative publicity, a lot of negative feedback when you got people hitting up your social medias at a pace that most of us don't see, saying all kind of things about you. Got it. Understand to a certain degree, right? When you do stand up for yourself, I think it's important, first of all, that you do stand up for yourself, no matter what your position is. But I also think that there's a responsibility that comes with the position you have. There's a responsibility to show respect, even in times, and this is just my personal philosophy, even in times where somebody is dead wrong. Some people will be like, no, I'm going to return the energy. But then I think about all the people that are relying upon this person staying in the position of power and influence. It is a very tricky game for some to maneuver through. No matter what, though, I can't help but feel, one, that it's good that we got some accountability. It's good that this actually came full circle in a situation. A part of me feels like it's a bit quiet in comparison to the volume of the disrespect. You know, you saying certain things that you are meaning to demean a human being, demean another black man. And you're saying these things in a very ego and bravado way. If you're hurt, say you're hurt. I hope that level of vulnerability will be more prevalent as we move forward. But if you're hurt, just say, hey, man, you said some things that I didn't agree with, and that shit hurt because I put my heart into this. Nah, a lot of folks just feel like they got to look like the superhero on the end and end up looking like an ass. But I'm glad that situation got semi-corrected. Shout out to Bimma one time. Those are my thoughts, though, ladies and gentlemen. You tell me what you think. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Don't be greedy. Peace.